You gonna talk or am I gonna talk?
I don't know.
Am I usually the first one?
I'm still thinking about that.
Do not start like that. Okay. It's been like 3 months. This is our first one for 2018. We cannot go in
with the Rugrats.
No. Wow, you just like instantly threw us into the toilet.
Yeah. Which is where that parody belongs.
I mean, I agree, but we don't belong in the toilet, and that's where you're putting us. Like,
I mean,
you might as well just flush.
What sex sells, DJ? Sex sells. You want our podcast to be more popular? We have to pander. We have to start pandering.
I refuse to sell out.
I mean, just because Spotify sponsors us doesn't mean
in our dreams. You go to bed and you're like, oh, Spotify.
Spotify, please sponsor me because I want us to pay less for Spotify. Thank you.
Spotify's gonna shell out $100,000 for our own private studio.
Hello. Hello, sponsored by Spotify.
And you know what we're gonna give them in return?
Get on Spotify one day.
Nothing.
We're gonna get on Spotify
because we have like 3 viewers, and 2 of them are us.
Regular viewers. So any regular viewers that may notice, you can hear us both just fine.
Why is that, Jake?
Oh, it's because we're in a studio.
Like a real one?
Like instead of our like rinky-dink editing booth
where we shared a single mic
with a guest even.
3 people, 1 mic. That sounds like a YouTube sensation video.
That sounds like remember 2 Girls, 1 Cup?
That's what I was implying that.
That wasn't on YouTube.
It wasn't?
The people reacting to it was on YouTube. The video itself was not on YouTube.
I never watched the actual video.
I envy you.
I heard about it. I know what it's about, but I never... Because, like, where am I going to go find it?
Well, like, hearing about... Well, I'd imagine, like, a website that carries the kind of content.
I thought it was fake, though.
It might be.
I thought it was like
pistachio. I only watched it. Pistachio?
That's what I heard.
That's
I can't
green.
Justify
that's green.
The validity of that
Anyway.
I don't know. I don't want to know.
This is exactly what you didn't want to talk about.
Yeah,
this is the discussion he was having with me. He said, don't you dare bring up anything.
You did this to me. You put me between a rock and a hard place, and now I hate everything.
But
I don't want to be here right now.
Welcome back to the back row.
And for those first-time listeners, let me just apologize. This is not normal.
This is exactly
we've seen each other like 3 times in the last. I mean, since the new year, really.
When was the last time we hung out? When we went mini golfing?
Yeah.
And you took forever?
What do you mean I took forever?
Every hole, you took like...
Yeah, and you know what? I won because of it. You were like, I'm just going to swing wildly and not aim at all. And you know why? Because you are impatient.
Because I was thinking about Ram Ranch the whole time.
Oh my God! See, this is why I have to apologize to the potential listeners.
I'm not going to talk about the content of Ram Ranch.
Good.
I will let the listeners decide if they want to go down that.
If you value all that is precious and good in this world, do not Google that. No,
it's on Spotify.
It's a song. Oh, that's right. It's by those YouTube people, right?
By Grant McDonald is what.
Oh, I thought it was by those other people you like so much.
Ninja Sex Party?
Yeah.
No. They wouldn't write a song like blatantly like that.
They might.
No.
I mean, compared to some of the other stuff, it's kind of not that much of a stretch.
No. Don't be like bringing my beautiful boys down, my beautiful Ninja Sex Party boys.
I mean, I don't like it.
That's fine. That's your prerogative. You don't have
like
to like Ninja Sex Party.
I mean, okay. I listen to, I guess, what some people could call obscene music.
Yeah.
I'm not, I am me. I believe in that fully integrated self now. I don't know if you've heard about that. But I'm not it is what it is. And, I can admit that, yeah, I listen to, sometimes vulgar music. Not always.
No, there's a difference.
But there's tasteful obscenity, and then there's Ninja Sex Party.
Ninja Sex Party, I like them because I don't have to listen to serious music all the time. I don't have to do that. I can listen to joke music where it's a bunch of dumb sex jokes.
Well, I've listened to Lonely Island in the past.
Well, there you go. They're in the same vein.
Are they?
Yes, they are.
I mean,
what's their most popular song?
Well, right now it's probably the one they did with Natalie Portman.
But you know it. But you know which song I'm talking about.
Like a Boss?
No.
That was pretty popular though. No, I would disagree. I'd say the box song.
Well,
I'd say with Justin Timberlake, that's probably the best one.
Welcome back to the back row.
Well, that was a full. Let's see, how far in are we?
Probably like 5 minutes.
Yeah, just over 5 minutes
of us not even talking about
anything
but movies,
and that's fine. But yeah, again, I apologize for the weirdness.
Listen to
that's not how I wanted to come back. This is not how I wanted to start our podcast. Even though it's March, and this is the first one, so I'm gonna say it's the new year, even though it's been the new year for like 3 months.
Yeah. Yeah, our schedules just have not panned out at all anymore since the last episode.
Again, I had to like actively seek out this. Okay, like it sucked because we had the big winter storm on your birthday, and we had like big plans to go do stuff. And then then we went out to lunch after that.
Yeah.
And then I saw you at school once.
Yeah.
And then the only other time was when we went to like actually celebrate your birthday when we went mini golfing.
Yeah.
That was it. Like 3 times in 3 months. So, and with my new work schedule, like it's been really hard to like sit down and do this.
Claps for everybody. DJ's working at Live 5.
Don't tell them that. I might get stalkers.
No,
I mean, thankfully. I can't say that. But
I don't know if you need any more stalkers other than me. I think I'm the only one you really need.
I don't know. If I do get any more, I might not be able to handle it. Just like juggling.
I'll take
like
care
you're
of
a handful.
Them. I'll take care of them. I'm the only stalker. Like I'm the possessive kind of stalker. Where it's like, no, this is.
You're gonna go Cape Fear on another stalker. Yeah. So you're gonna be stalking a stalker.
Yeah. What do you think is so great about DJ's?
I like that.
But I have a bone to pick with you because all these promos for Trident Tech, and you go, my partner, and I'm like, oh, I'm just a partner. I don't get a name. I'm just.
Well, I wasn't sure if you wanted me to name drop you like that.
You could have name dropped me.
I was trying to be modest.
It was nice of you to be modest, but at the same time, give me some credit, man.
Hey, you're gonna get plenty of credit.
Mark in the class was like, "Oh, DJ, and he has a partner." I'm like, "That's me. I'm in here."
I didn't know. I'm sorry. Hey, you know what? When we do, should we break the news now?
What news?
The news that we're gonna be filming the podcast.
Oh yeah.
So you're gonna get plenty of credit on that.
We're gonna be filming the podcast, and then there was talk of doing it live.
Which again, I don't know how we're gonna do that.
I think we're gonna do it.
Because if we do it on Facebook Live, that just seems boring. Like just 2 dudes sitting in a room talking for like an hour.
No, because we'd use the studio, and then we'd record it live. I don't know. Talk to Mark about it because he said
there's no way to
do it
broadcast live from the studio here.
Talk to Mark. That's what he was telling me, and I don't know.
But for right now, the only definite thing. Stop it. The only definite thing is that we're going to be filming a episode of the podcast.
Yep.
In the studio.
It's probably going to be on Blade Runner 2049.
Although I'm wondering because that's
29.
It's like the movie came out in October.
Yeah, but
it's been on home release for a while.
We did Jaws.
Yeah, but if we're gonna like our first like not live, but like
we can talk about whatever we want. It's our show.
Well, I know, but I just want to do something topical. Like this episode is gonna be pretty topical. That we're gonna do today.
Yeah. Plus, I got to tell you about Love on a Leash. That magnificent movie. I'm gonna make you watch that with me.
You've said that about a lot of stuff. I'm still waiting on you to buy the room so we can watch it.
Okay. I will do that. I will buy the room so we can watch it. But okay. So, what was the last? Let's actually start our conversation about movies. Let's start our podcast.
Okay.
I want to start with Love on a Leash because it's hilarious.
It's a comedy?
No.
Oh no.
It's a drama. So it's about okay. So you know The Beauty and the Beast. That's your favorite like animated Disney movie. That's your favorite Disney movie of all time, right?
I am the Beast. Just waiting on my bell. I couldn't help it. It's true. My freaking lock screen wallpaper on my phone is the flower.
All you had to do is
Beauty
answer my question for context for the listeners.
Yes.
Yes, you love Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
It's essentially the same story, but with a dog.
What?
So like,
So a dog kidnaps a girl's dad?
no. So like the dog is like, so like this dog. It starts off with a dog. The title credits are silent. There is no music in this entire movie.
Oh, that's creepy.
And there is a composer credit.
Well,
there's a composer credit.
well,
and
I
there's
guess
no music.
what-
No, there's no ambience. It's all like mic noise. All of it like
What do you mean mic noise?
like this, like say like how this audio sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like not from a boom mic, like this, like ADR, like sounding like obviously we're in a studio.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that.
So they just turned out a mic and left it alone in a room. What is the point of that?
Not even ambient sound, but like just for it's just this as dialogue. And so the title credits.
But then why not just make it silent?
The title credit is silent. There is no music, like no background music, no ambient music, nothing. And there's a composer credit.
I mean, somebody had to hit record.
There's a composer credit, and there's nothing. They use Chinatown by David Bowie in a commercial on the TV, which I highly doubt. It was made in 2013, so I highly doubt they were like, "Hey Bowie, can we use your song?" And he was like, "Yeah, man, you can totally use my." That's an awful Bowie. I'm not gonna stop right there. But he's like, I can't imagine them calling Bowie. Like, I undoubtedly think that they used it unauthorized.
Huh?
Like,
You know what they should have used? "Freak on a Leash" by Korn. I mean, come on. It's too perfect.
Is that what you're into? You're into bestiality then?
What?
A freak on a leash with a dog? Is that what you're into?
Well, when you told me the title of the movie, my
Well,
mind
it's
went
like-
somewhere totally different.
Well, like, okay. But anyway, it's
That's
the whole story
I
is
don't have a dirty
like
mind.
she gets
for
the dog.
record.
She gets the dog. Like she's like the dog is like all of a sudden like you can hear the dog's inner thoughts and it sounds like terrible.
Well, how can you hear the dog's inner thoughts if there's no?
There's no
It's-
music.
Oh, okay.
I keep telling you there's no music.
Okay.
But so like you hear his inner thoughts and it's just I can't describe to you like how hilarious it is.
If the dog was voiced by Ricky Gervais, I'm already in.
No, it's
That's
not.
disappointing.
It's
I'm
not.
out then.
Ricky Gervais. No, this is not a big studio movie. This is The Room, essentially. This is another room. I will say that, and I will defend that this whole movie is just as funny.
Well,
as The
I
Room.
haven't seen The Room because you haven't bought it, so I can't really debate that.
But like the whole story is like she gets the dog, and she's got all these men, and she doesn't want to marry any of the men or this other like all this like love like drama stuff.
Oh, I'm already bored.
But halfway through the movie, her dog turns into a man.
Oh, it's a werewolf movie.
No,
Oh.
he was cursed to be a dog because he was a cheating playboy.
The dog was a cheating playboy?
Yeah, like the dog as a man was a cheating playboy. So like something like cursed him to be a dog.
And then he turns back into a human.
And then there's like a really, really uncomfortable sex scene. And then like
I don't even want to know.
and then like he's talking to like I can't describe it. I can't. Like he's like
Then
there's
don't.
a lake and he
I
talks
don't
to
wanna-
it's so he talks to a lake and like everything sounds terrible and everything is terrible and it's just so beautiful. I
See,
love it.
That's, that sounds like something I don't want to watch. Okay, if they make a movie about the movie like they did with The Room.
Troll?
What?
They did that with Troll too. They made like a documentary about
I don't-
Troll.
I don't know about that.
I doubt they would make a movie about it.
Well, I hope not. But the only reason, because you told me about The Room far before The Disaster Artist came out.
Yeah, I told you.
But I watched
many times.
The Disaster Artist, and now I want to watch The Room.
Disaster Artist is so funny.
I loved it. I
It's
love
such a good
Franco.
movie. It's such a good movie, and The Room is amazing. Tommy Wiseau is a wonderful.
Did you
human
know
being.
that he's doing another one with the same guy?
Yeah, Greg Sestero.
Yeah.
But
It's
they're
actually going to be a two-parter, like
They're
Kill Bill.
actually, they're like actually. I
Best
think they
friends,
actually
yeah.
turned into an acting. Like, they didn't. Tommy Wiseau is not directing, so there's already a good sign for the movie.
I mean, just from the trailer I saw, it still seemed kind of,
No, it seemed like actually better. But yeah,
Incoherent.
that's just Love on a Leash. I can't even describe how it's on Amazon Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime, you should watch it.
Of all the stuff on Amazon Prime, that's probably not what I'm going to go pick.
Go pick that. You should pick that.
Well, so you give that your endorsement?
I do. That's
If-
100%.
But that's not like, go watch this great movie. You're saying, go watch this movie because it's so bad.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Watch it because it's everything went black. Okay. But
Can you see now? Do you see?
Do you see? But yeah. I love bad movies. That's what I watch.
That's like the one, well, not the one, but a big difference between you and me.
What is that?
You really you enjoy bad movies because they're bad, whereas I cannot enjoy bad movies because they're bad.
Well, like certain movies where I'm just like, this is terrible. Like if they're like inept, it's hilarious to me. If they're boring,
Well, okay, so give us an example of something popular that you would be able to that most people might know.
Alien Covenant.
Why do you have to hit me when I'm down? That was below the belt. It's been almost a year.
I will not forgive, and I will not forget about Alien Covenant. But what was a bad movie this year? I'm trying to remember. Like last year, I'm trying to remember. Like
yeah, in recent memory.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Let's Google, because Google is our friend. Bad movies 2017.
There you go.
Wow, 100 worst movies. No, that's a little broad. I'm gonna go with 20 or 10. We'll see.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the snowman.
And
the emoji. Emoji movie. That's the big one.
Well, I think everyone knew that was gonna be bad.
Well, yeah.
Like right when they announced it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, Marlon Wayne's movie.
Didn't they film
Naked.
that here in Charleston?
I hope not.
I heard they did. I don't know if it's true.
Oh, is that Bella Thorne in Amityville: The Awakening?
You know, Disney Channel stars don't have happy endings.
Bella Thorne is a terrible actress.
Yeah. Wait, that was bad? I thought that was going to be funny. The House. I like Will Ferrell. Leatherface. I still want to watch that. Wait, who's that guy? Ah, it's Iron Fist / weird dude from Game of Thrones. I didn't know he was in that. Wow. It's only weird because of his relationship with his sister. It's not like the Lannisters, but it's just, I don't know, it's weird. Like they shared a boyfriend. I won't go into that.
Anyway.
Skipping.
So anyway.
What? That.
The Shack?
That movie was amazing. Like legit.
What the heck is that?
It's a great movie.
What is The Shack?
We'll talk about it at another
50
time.
Shades. 50 Shades Darker. That's terrible.
The books were terrible.
But like, I wouldn't watch that for fun. Because I'd be bored.
Well, it's not. I mean, I don't know.
It's supposed to be hot.
But it's not.
It's not.
It's not for. I don't know if I can say that.
Anyway.
Like for members of the community that type of film is about.
Yes.
It's not accurate.
Okay.
Because that type of relationship in reality is based on love and taking care of your partner, whilst that garbage is straight up abusive. 50 Shades is about an abusive relationship. Anyway, if you want to talk about The Shack, I'll talk about The Shack. Real quick. I mean,
I'm sorry, I'm having fun listening to me make
yeah,
awful
it's
noises
weird.
into the mic.
I wish you wouldn't.
Did that do anything for you, DJ?
No, it just kind of grosses me out. Good.
The look he just gave me was priceless.
Okay.
So, what is The Shack about? Is it about Shaquille O'Neal?
No, that's Steel. And Shazam.
I am Shazam. Ooh, man.
The Shack is about this father whose son was killed, basically.
Okay.
And he holds a lot of anger and resentment towards the man who killed him and towards stuff in his past too. I've only seen it once, and this was like a year ago, so I'm trying to remember. I bought the movie, but I haven't watched it yet. So he goes up to this cabin where some major event happened, and basically goes to heaven. I know, but it makes sense. So while he's there, he like meets God.
Okay.
And like just like kind of unpacks all that baggage, and it's like super like it's a drama, so it's heavy, emotional,
Okay.
like deep, but it's beautiful at the same time.
Okay.
So I loved that movie. Like I was a bawling mess. And I hate dramas, so it's like it's a miracle that I watched the movie. Yeah, I went for a pun, and clearly it flatlined. Anyway, I would recommend that as my pick. Since you picked Love Actually with Dogs, whatever it was called.
Love on a Leash.
There you go. Well, I picked The Shack. Yeah. So skipping. Okay.
Anyway.
No, I'm not gonna touch that.
Anyway.
I'm trying to find.
Rings was terrible.
Was it Johnny Galecki?
I don't know, man.
Dang.
Oof. Ooh, I nudged the mic. Chips. Yeah, that was terrible.
I thought it was all right. I mean, a trashy comedy, you get what you expect out of those.
Yeah, which is nothing.
Well, I laughed a little. Emoji movie.
The Bye Bye Man was actually like horrible garbage. Anyway, what was the last movie? What is our time at? What are we at right now?
Just over 20 minutes.
Okay.
I don't know. With bad movies, like if it's
Look,
bad,
I burped away from the mic. Aren't you proud of me?
we still picked it up though.
Yeah, but not as loud. Like I just burped straight into the mic.
You couldn't have burped silently.
No.
Why? That okay. That's.
Would you rather that or the other one?
Rather you do it my way.
What is your way? Like in the direction of you?
Just like that. No one ever knew.
I knew. I
'Cause
watched
you
you
saw
do
it.
I watched you do it.
But you couldn't hear
I'll
it.
know.
You
I'll always
watch
know.
if you watch someone burp but you can't hear it, it's okay. Like if you watch someone just go, that's fine. Yes, I mimed the face of a burping person. It's okay. First, it's the sound. Second is the smell. Both of them together, awful. Stay away from me.
I'm sorry. I keep like messing with the mic. I'm not used to hearing myself like that.
This is new territory.
What was the last movie you saw, DJ?
Let me think. Last movie I saw in theaters, or
Yes.
the last movie I watched
In theaters.
in general? Okay, in theaters, Black Panther.
You know, I almost saw that.
What happened?
Well, I went. So
I already
hadn't-
know.
What happened? I already know.
I'm helping you. I'm helping you to tell the story
But like,
of the major disappointment that is your life.
gee, thanks, DJ. So I hadn't seen my mom in a few weeks, so I was going over there Friday, like get something to eat or whatever, and she goes, you want to see a movie? And I was like, yeah, sure. I don't know if anything I want's in that, because I really wanted to see Shape of Water, but I never got out to see it.
Really?
I really want to see Shape of Water.
I mean, I'm curious now that it won all those Oscars.
I was
but,
curious
like,
before Oscars.
I wasn't.
So
I think I'm gonna say it right now. I think Guillermo del Toro. I have to like really enunciate. Guillermo del Toro is overrated. And yeah, for the record, I didn't like Pan's Labyrinth. I do think the practical effects and the makeup was outstanding, but story-wise, no.
Well, thank you for joining us on our final episode of The Back Row. Because after this, I will never be speaking to DJ again.
Is that any worse than me saying I don't like E.T.?
I mean, I don't care about E.T.
Really?
Well,
Because when I first told you that, you kind of overreacted.
well, that's the thing to do. You're just like, what? E.T.? Oh!
You were like, do you even have a heart? That was your exact line.
I say that to you a lot.
Yeah, you do.
But
Why do you doubt my heart?
no, but like, I really wanted to see Shape of Water because I am a fan of Guillermo del Toro. Plus, I liked the whole story, the idea of the story. I was curious before the Oscars. It didn't take winning Best Picture to pique my curiosity, DJ. But anyway, as I was saying, like, I was like, oh, Shape of Water isn't in the theaters anymore, so I don't know what I was seeing. She's like, oh, Black Panther. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's still in theaters. Totally. I'd love to see that. And she's like, also Red Sparrow. I was like, eh. And she goes, oh, okay. I head over there. And I get there, and she goes, yeah, I already bought the tickets for Red Sparrow. And I was like, why? I thought Black Panther. Like, why? Because, like, me and my stepdad were like, hey, we should see Black Panther because that would be cool. And she just goes, nope, I bought
That must
the
have been
tickets.
like the first time you actually agreed with something with your stepdad.
And he goes, he and I were like joking about it. We were like making fun of her for like not wanting to for not wanting to see the Black Panther. And she was just like, no, I wanted to see Red Sparrow. And I was like, whatever. Fine. So we go and see, that was the last movie I saw was Red Sparrow, and I saw it Friday, and I already forgot most of it. Granted, you know me and how bad my memory is in a lot of places.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you're unengaged.
Mm-hmm.
Was it better or worse than Atomic Blonde?
I liked it better than Atomic Blonde.
Really?
Yeah.
See, Atomic Blonde seems more interesting to me with
Atomic
the
Blonde
plot
was more
twists, where like Russian spy type of stuff. That's
no, there is
so,
a twist.
Like,
there is a twist in Red Sparrow. Atomic Blonde's plot twist came out of nowhere, and it made me mad because like they didn't set it up at all. They were just like, "Hey, I was the double agent the whole time," and I was like, "All right, cool."
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert for that.
Which
like,
we do all the time.
Like
if you're, we should like.
No,
put
they
that
didn't. They
in
didn't set it up
at the beginning of every episode.
They didn't set it up at all. Like it was just like, "Oh, I was the double agent," and I was like, "Okay." Like, because you know how in like this good movies with good twists and like this like The Sixth Sense, for example.
Yeah, they set up all the water around the house, and then it just so happens that aliens are allergic to water.
like with The Sixth
Spoiler
Sense.
alert.
With The Sixth Sense, like you go like they set it up.
It's escalation.
It's escalation, and then if you go like you find out the twist and you go back and watch it, and then you see
It makes sense.
all the things
Yeah.
that are leading up to it, and you're like, oh, because then like that's what a good twist. Because when everything starts clicking in your head, you're like, like Red Sparrow like set up its twist better.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I got to see like certain actions she does to like pull off the twist, I get to see on screen. And like you think, oh, she's doing that. Like for example, like I'm just gonna tell you the twist because I know you're not gonna see it.
I'm never gonna see this movie.
Anybody who wants to see this like mediocre movie, skip to.
Just skip ahead. Just eyeball it.
Just spitball it. And if you actually hear the spoiler, my bad. It's on you, bro.
We should say like Red Sparrow every 5 seconds, just so.
Red Sparrow.
It's like, so tell me about Red Sparrow. Oh, I didn't like Red Sparrow. Oh, this spoiler from Red Sparrow.
But like, okay, so like she's trying to find a mole in the Russian
spy thingy.
like the Russian government,
Okay.
like a mole that's
Let's
working
go
with
with
the
that.
Americans. And she used to be a dancer. Like, she got her leg broke and all this other stuff. And
So the mini thingy about the movie here on IMDb says ballerina Dominika Igorova
yeah,
is recruited to Sparrow School, a Russian intelligence service where she's forced to use her body as a weapon.
yeah,
Sexy but dangerous. Her first mission, targeting a CIA agent, threatens to unravel the security of both nations.
Yeah.
Is this set in present time? Because this sounds like...
it is. They don't say when it is, but it's obviously now. The lights just turned off, and then they turn back on.
Booth is haunted.
It's Putin. He's hearing us. But like, no, like they mention quote unquote the president, but they're obviously talking about Putin.
Okay.
But
I don't know. This whole like Russia versus U.S. is so 1980s.
well, it's still going on.
Yeah, but guess what? I'm over it.
Anyway, she
Politics. Yeah, right there.
No.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I inhaled I inhaled some of your garbage.
What?
I don't know.
That was mean.
I'm sorry.
I'm a very neat person. I clean up my garbage.
But like, yeah. So like, her uncle recruits her or whatever, and she has to do it or die.
There it goes again.
And she has to do it or die or
What's with
whatever.
these
Like, you know that classic ultimatum, like, you gotta work for us or you'll die. Da, 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 da. Quit waving your arm. Can you let me talk?
It worked. I triggered the motion sensor.
Can you just let me talk without you waving your arms around like a fool? But
need to see, man.
And you just go and I don't even remember what. But like, she goes to like this school, like the Sparrow School, and it's basically like a horror school.
Horror school?
Whore.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I said. What I meant. Like, that's what she calls it in the movie, because like they teach her how to
You know, I think I would prefer a horror school. Like, have you seen the thing of like Slasher High?
Yeah. But like she's like, they like teach her how to use her body as a weapon and all this like sex stuff and all this other stuff, and she's got a few like nude scenes, there's a few sex scenes, and I'm just like really unengaged and bored. Because I've seen a spy movie. I've seen so many spy movies. I've seen this story. Mm-hmm. Like, the twist is she like frames her uncle as the mole.
Wow.
Yeah. Because like she was mad at him for like making her do that. And
it's been done. Simpsons did it.
So like, and like on screen, she picks up one of the glasses that the American guy was using, puts it in her bag, and then like plants it in his house. We don't see him. We don't see her plant it in the house, but we do see her take the thing. We see her like do all this stuff to like they set up the twist. They do set it up.
I mean, I guess.
And I appreciated that more than I did Atomic Blonde just going, "It was me!" Woo! Woo! It was me. But like, I was just bored, and there is some commentary about the patriarchy. It's very like, it's very obvious, very in your face about it.
Is Russia like that though?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never been there. I don't know.
You know, you're pretty smart. I thought you might know stuff about Russia that I don't.
I don't know anything about Russia, DJ.
I know they like vodka.
I know I was bored.
Is Russia boring? Is that what you're saying?
I guess so. I guess Russia is boring. What?
We have a spy. I missed.
What? No.
What is happening?
What? Let him in.
Okay.
Just keep recording.
Okay, we'll keep going.
No, he's leaving.
Oh, no. What's up?
I was just looking at our levels.
Okay.
The levels are low.
Yeah, cool. He was picking up on my mic, I was picking up on his, so we're just going to boost it in post. All right. Well, at least he cares enough to check in on us.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Thanks, Jay.
What are we at? What was our time code?
About 35, almost.
I think I've talked about Red Sparrow enough. I was just bored.
So, rating out of 10.
Like 6, because it was shot well.
Isn't that what you gave Atomic Blonde?
Yeah.
So they're the same.
Yeah.
But you liked Red Sparrow more.
Yes. Because of how they set up the twist.
Okay, I guess that's fair. I
prefer the style of Atomic Blonde.
Like kind of like retro.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna see either of those movies.
I wouldn't recommend them.
I mean, I like strong female characters, but I don't like that type of story that's been done to death, basically. Mm-hmm. And I don't like. Okay, so I heard Red Sparrow has like excessive nudity.
Yeah.
No thanks.
It's got quite a bit.
Yeah, no thanks. But like in that same vein of like strong female characters, the last movie I saw in theaters, just like, what? Like the female leads in this movie just absolutely kill it.
One thing I will mention about Red Sparrow is like literally every single man that's in the movie like wants to have sex with like any woman that's in front of them.
So at least that part's true to reality.
And I'm just like,
Men are pigs.
I'm just like, wow, this is really, wow, I am so oppressed as a man.
But yeah, I recently saw the Black Panther, and like I just gotta say that movie. There's a reason that it's going on 5 weeks. I know, like just this past weekend, it was 4 weeks #1 at the box office, which is like unheard of for like not only a comic book movie, but like just like this movie, like
African American movie.
Well,
movie like
I mean,
starring
yes,
mostly
that-
African Americans.
that too. But like there's so much like at the very end of the movie when I was talking about it with my family, I was like, the thing that I like most about this movie is how all of the 3 female leads, actually even the mom, the queen, all of the females in this movie kick so much butt. Like the whole army in Wakanda is all female. Like they are the warriors elite.
All right.
And like that just impressed the crap out of me.
Well, like,
Because like you don't see that.
I wish I could have saw Black Panther.
You will one day, if you believe in your heart.
I don't believe in my heart. I
Well,
will
then you
never
won't.
find Wakanda.
I found Wakanda and it was delightful. And like I personally felt like it was good writing. I felt like all the characters were fleshed
Well,
out.
it's a Marvel movie.
Yeah,
It's a Marvel movie.
but you can't. So
Like,
I mean, Marvel is not impervious to bad movies.
I know it's not impervious because
Like-
Daredevil's a thing.
What?
Daredevil.
Daredevil is great.
That's an awful movie.
Oh, you're talking about the Ben Affleck. I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about Netflix.
No, I'm talking about Ben Affleck.
Well, that's not connected to the MCU.
I know that's not, but that's still a Marvel movie. Is it not?
Not in this universe.
Not in the universe that we live in. It's
Okay,
a
if
Marvel
you want
movie.
to break it down by every movie that had Marvel in front of it, Daredevil, the Hulk,
The Hulk movies were
Spider-Man
bad.
3, Amazing Spider-Man 2, which
The Hulk movies were bad.
I actually liked The Incredible Hulk.
I didn't.
I can't.
I was bored.
I struggle with the Spider-Man movies. I love the Tobey Maguire, but I felt like 3 was,
Well, 3 is
kinda-
terrible. 1 and 2
not
are
terrible.
they're
Great, the best.
great.
And I thought Amazing Spider-Man 1 was okay.
Amazing
And
Spider-Man 2 is
Amazing-
garbage
I mean, people say that, and I can see why they say that,
because it's terrible.
but the ending actually made me cry.
Yeah, because she would have a closed head wound after whacking her head on the ground
No,
like
not
that.
that. The little boy standing up to the rhino.
Oh, that's dumb.
Why?
That kid's stupid.
He's a child. He has faith in Spider-Man. He's like, I can save New York.
Then he gets killed.
No, he doesn't.
Well, like,
Spider-Man saves him.
I know, but like, if Spider-Man had not come, Rhino would have just killed the kid.
Whatever. I can't. But that's not what happened.
I know that's not what happened, but like, that's still a stupid line. And that mom was just like, oh no, I guess I'll just let it happen.
Whatever.
She didn't even try and run to get the kid. She didn't grab the kid. She didn't do anything. She's
I
like,
don't
well,
remember.
it's out of my hands.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
sure.
no parent, not even in a fake movie,
Exactly.
would
Exactly.
just stand by.
Exactly. She goes, oh no. Like, she reaches out, but she doesn't
Didn't
like,
cops like try to hold her back?
I don't remember.
That's what I remember vaguely, like barely.
Plus Electro's dumb.
Yeah, he did look. He kind of looked like a Smurf.
He's an electrical Smurf.
Electric Smurf. That's a metal album right there.
Electric Smurf.
But yeah. I mean, Marvel's not perfect, but in this universe, the shared universe, going back from Iron Man to now, there's a lot of good stuff. Some of it not so good, unfortunately.
Iron Man 1's really good.
Yes, people say
Iron Man 2 is bad.
It's not. It's good.
I was bored.
it's not the best of the series.
I was bored.
I liked Iron Man 3 better than 2, personally. But people also have their issues with that movie.
That was boring too.
I disagree. I thought his personal struggle was interesting. I related to, like, for the first time, I related to Tony Stark. Because he was like, instead of being just some rich billionaire who's super smart and is a superhero in an awesome suit, like, he was human for like the first time in Iron Man 3. My issue with 2 is that they were supposed to be doing the demon in a bottle story where he struggles with alcoholism.
Yeah.
When I heard that, I was like, this is going to be an incredible movie. Like, they're not afraid to go to dark places and really show humanity. But they didn't. Instead, it was like, oh, he's dying because of the thing in his chest that's keeping him alive, ironically.
Yeah.
And then just Nick Fury just walks along and, like, injects him with it. He's like, you're all better now. Go be a hero. Go save New York with the Avengers. But post-Avengers, Iron Man 3, where he's like, I nearly died in space alone. And now I'm having basically PTSD and panic attacks.
Yeah.
Like, that was relatable to me. Because, like, I used to have,
Did
like,
you almost
really
die in
bad
space?
anxiety.
Did you almost die in space?
I used to have really bad anxiety.
I still do.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm here for you.
Thank you.
Wish I had someone there for me when I was having really bad anxiety. Instead, it was like, just breathe.
Well, I didn't know you.
That's true.
I would have been there.
Oh, I appreciate that. In hindsight.
Welcome to the Soft Podcast.
Retrospective. Your retrospective affection.
Welcome
and
to
caring.
Welcome to the Soft Podcast, where DJ and I talk about our feelings.
The
for
sad
an
row.
hour. We talk about our feelings for an hour.
Nothing wrong with that.
Everybody wants to listen to us talk about our feelings, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, why can't we balance the humor and the emotion?
I'm sorry, I keep doing
It's like, fart joke. That's funny. Also, I'm struggling right now. But that's okay.
Oh my god, that reminded me of my own mortality. I'm just a fart because one day I'll evaporate into the mist of the air.
One of my favorite, and I almost don't want to say this because of what it's become, but one of my favorite episodes of Rick and Morty is the one with the fart. It's like, yes, I like this name, fart.
You know, I miss liking.
You're basically just a cosmic fart.
I miss liking Rick and Morty.
I do too. It bums me out.
Like, but you don't even work at McDonald's.
The show.
You don't even work at McDonald's. You don't even know. You don't even know about the sauce, man. You don't even know.
You sound like you've been hitting the sauce.
You don't even know about the sauce,
That's
man.
true.
You don't even know. You don't.
It's dumb.
They're yelling at me about the sauce.
It's
screaming at me in my ear about the sauce.
I commend you for that.
But I have to be patient.
because you haven't, like, if it was me, I would have snapped on someone. I would have been like, get over the stupid sauce. It was a single episode of a TV show. It's not even like a recurring thing.
It's not even good. It's not even a good tasting sauce. I've tried it. I've had it. It's not even good.
I wouldn't know.
It's not even great. It's just a meme. It's just
See,
a meme.
That's why I'm not into memes.
No, I like memes, but like, I hate you at the same time. What are we at? How much time do we have left?
What do you mean, how much time? We can stop whenever we want. We're about 45, almost.
Okay. But like, yeah. Tell me about Black Panther.
I was trying.
Well, tell me more about Black Panther. Well, you started talking about Iron Man.
No. I said, you know, they haven't. What did I say exactly? I can't remember.
Just tell me.
Basically, I said something along like, you know, they make really
Don't
good movies.
spoil this one for me, though.
Okay.
Because I do want to see it.
Okay.
Unlike you, who
that's
is never
hard.
going to see Red Sparrow.
That's really difficult. Okay, so we know from Civil War, Black Panther's dad, who was the
I
former
didn't see Civil War.
Oh my god, I can't talk about this movie. How am I going to talk about this movie now?
You can spoil Civil War for me because I'm probably never going to watch that.
Oh, but it was so good. Like, it was way better than Age of Ultron.
I liked Age of Ultron. Okay.
I felt like it was subpar compared to
Ultron.
the first Avengers.
Ultron. The problem with Ultron is that I didn't find him a compelling villain.
Yeah.
It was there.
Yeah.
Like it was there. Like him being like it. They almost had it with Ultron for me. Like he like the
I wasn't worried.
like all the pieces.
Like the only thing about that movie that I enjoyed was like the shock ending where Quicksilver dies. Spoiler alert.
Say it after.
I saw this great thing. It was this joke. It was like, what is Cap's shield made of? Vibranium. What is Hawkeye's shield made of? Quicksilver.
But like no, like the building blocks to make Ultron a compelling villain were there, but I just didn't have them.
Do you think it was the lack of like how much they deviated from the source material? Because Tony Stark did not invent Ultron in the comic books.
Wasn't he like an alien man thing? No. See, I don't read the comic. See, we need Caitlin in here. So,
if only she would agree to join us on the podcast, because I think she'd be a great guest.
Yeah.
But no, Ultron was invented by Hank Pym, who was in Ant-Man.
Oh, Hank Pym.
Michael Douglas.
Isn't he Ant-Man? Or was the Ant-Man's name? What was Ant-Man's name?
Which Ant-Man?
The original Ant-Man.
Hank Pym.
Okay, so I was right. So that is Ant-Man. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell that I don't know anything about comics?
A little bit.
If you ask me something about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, though, I'll know it.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
We're going to talk about
well, if you... no, I don't want to bring up anime geeky stuff.
Why?
Because I'm not as into it as you are, and, you'd be talking, and I'd just be like, oh, yeah, okay. Neat. That's great. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks for sharing.
Anyway, we can touch on it at the end if you want, because I do have some things to bring up.
About what, JoJo?
No, not JoJo. I never watched JoJo. But just,
touch on what anime? What do you mean?
Like, you like anime?
I do like anime.
You want to talk about it now? We can come back to Black Panther for like the 5th time.
Yeah. What are you trying to bring up?
Have you seen the live action Full Metal Alchemist on Netflix?
No, I have not.
Will you?
Maybe.
I liked it actually. I thought it was okay.
I'm a big fan of the original Full Metal Alchemist.
Not Brotherhood?
I meant Brotherhood. Brotherhood's the one because that one's the one.
It's the only one.
That's
as far as I'm concerned. Like
I forget which one follows the manga more. I think it's
Brotherhood.
Is it Brotherhood?
Yeah, fans were disappointed with the end of the original Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah. Yeah, Brotherhood is the one that followed the manga, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's got like they're already at a good start by not whitewashing.
Okay, do not get... have we talked about the Death Note Netflix movie on here?
No. That came out in February.
Last year? Did it really? That seems so long ago.
I thought it was February this year. No, it was February last year.
Good grief.
Did we? No, I don't think we ever touched on it.
Absolute garbage. I despise that movie because Death Note is my favorite anime. Like
I never
there will
watched
never. I'm gonna say this. There will never be another anime that I love more than Death Note. Even season 2, which is kind of but season 1 is absolute perfection. And then they freaking go and make this garbage. Like was it American Canadian adaptation?
Probably.
And
all I know
they
is a bunch of white people in it.
Except for L, which they kind of got in a semi-decent way, but it still fell short. Everything in that movie is garbage. The casting for Ryuk with Willem Dafoe was really good, but the character of Ryuk and the execution was poor. Like everything about this movie is a disappointment. They basically rewrote everything about the show and characters and only kept a couple of original ideas.
Didn't they change his name to like Timmy?
No, it was Light Thompson or something like that. It's something.
No, it was Light Turner.
Turner.
Because I remember because there was a lot of jokes about Timmy Turner with the Death Note.
Yeah, that was garbage. So okay, and there's a long. Okay, basically anime. Anything from Japan that gets adapted into
Ghost in the Shell.
An English version is garbage.
Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell, Dragon Ball Z, Mortal Kombat, Super Mario Brothers.
I like the Mortal Kombat movie.
I don't.
The first one.
No.
I mean, it like drives me insane. Like how like almost everything in it is wrong, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah,
Like, I don't think
The
there's
second one is
I
garbage.
don't think there's a good example of an English adaptation of Japanese media or entertainment that is
Ring.
good.
The Ring's good.
Yeah, but it's basically a shot-for-shot remake, isn't it?
No, it's not a shot.
Oh,
for
that's
shot
right. Sometimes I get them mixed up because I saw them both like very far apart in time.
Yeah.
Because I saw The Ring when I was like in middle school, and then I saw the original Japanese.
Ringu.
Yeah, like years later on Netflix. But I don't know. I feel I don't know. Again, they deviated so far from the material.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually,
What about The Grudge? I did like The Grudge.
no. Nah. I mean, I like how they did set it in Japan still.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciated that they
But
didn't just
you didn't like Daphne from Scooby Doo being our heroine of the movie.
Buffy the Scooby Doo Slayer.
Oh, speaking of Supernatural, one of my favorite shows is
Garbage.
doing a Scooby Doo episode. It's called Scooby Natural. I'm so flippin' excited for it. I can't even. Like the trailer, it's short, but it looks good. Anyway, okay, I just wanted to say that real quick, just for me. Shut up. I don't want you to hate on that because I really enjoy it.
It's really
Don't.
easy for me too.
Please don't. Just give me that one thing.
I'll think about it.
Anyway, so in the long line of Japanese adapted material, there's not a lot of good. But I haven't seen it yet, but the Death Note live action from Japan was supposed to be good. The second one was kind of weird.
The live action one of JoJo wasn't great from what I could. I mean, I don't know. I haven't read too much about it, but they did a live action version of Part 4 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I don't know how good that was.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it was any good.
Yeah. Well, I will say I was actually impressed with the Full Metal Alchemist live action remake because they kind of squeezed a bunch of the story together to fit in that movie.
Well, you gotta.
But they did hit a lot of the good points. They changed a few things, but it felt like I was actually watching the show.
How is my boy Greed? Is he still a cool guy?
He didn't make it in this one, but I figure if they do a sequel, they'll probably use him.
They didn't put Greed in there?
Not yet.
He was like really early on, though.
Not if you think about it. They covered they got envy, lust, and gluttony. That's the only homunculus that they did.
I thought Greed was like really early in the series.
No.
Like they set him as a villain and then he becomes a bro.
I remember that, but no, they didn't do that. They did the what's it called? The girl and the dog that gets
The Chimera?
Yeah.
Or that's not what it was called.
Yeah, it was Chimera.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The most heartbreaking scene in any anime.
I don't know. I don't know. You ever watched Evangelion?
No.
Exactly. There you go. You don't know about the heartbreaking scenes in anime, man.
Oh my gosh, this light.
You're just waving your arm
I'm
like a
trying
fool.
to trigger the motion sensor.
Looks like a cat trying to
I'm in
bat it
I'm
like
in
a
a ray
toy.
of
He's like a cat trying to
Shut
bat
up.
at a toy.
I'm just gonna leave it off. Nope. Okay. Forget my plans. This is why I wanted to record in the other room. Every time we're in here, something goes wrong.
Maybe.
But you might find this interesting. They're doing a live action version of Bleach.
I hate Bleach.
Why? Because they draw it out for so long.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes in their time is like a half hour of our time.
It's like it's just boring.
Yeah, it does take too long.
Bleach, the Nirvana album, is the best Nirvana album, but you know.
I think 99% of Nirvana fans or music fans would agree with you.
Yeah, I would agree.
You would agree with
I
that
would
disagreement?
I would agree.
Agree to disagree.
I would agree that Bleach is the best one. Yeah,
What? No.
Bleach is the best one.
To you?
Most people would say In Utero, probably.
I think most people would say never mind.
Well, they are normies, is what we would call. Because everybody likes Nevermind.
That's where they got their big hits.
I
What
know
was
that's where they got.
my favorite song is Heart Shaped Box.
That's off of In Utero.
Okay. Well, you might have a point then. But no, not you made me listen to Bleach and I couldn't. I know I like that. I like screaming music. I like heavy
I like
crazy
it because it
shredding music, but
I like it because
it just sounds
unappealing.
Wait, it sounds like what?
It sounds unappealing.
Yeah, it is unappealing.
That's why I like
it's just it's nonsense and
yeah.
it's discourse.
That's why I like it. My favorite song by them is About a Girl.
About what?
About a Girl.
What's the title?
About a Girl.
It's a song about a girl?
It's a song about a whore. It's called About a Girl.
You can't be throwing that around so loosely.
That's what it's about. It's about a prostitute.
Like Roxanne?
Yeah, but
Gotta put on that red light.
yeah, it's like
Sing
Roxanne.
it, Sting.
But it's talking about how
Somebody call the police.
he's talking about how he's just talking about a prostitute. I need an easy friend.
That's sad.
Yeah, and then he says, "I can't see you every night for free."
So he ripped off the police.
No, because that's not.
You
what they
can't win
said.
me over. You
That's not what they
you
said.
can't debate this album for me.
Roxanne is a good song though.
You know, have you heard the Fall Out Boy cover of it?
No,
I know. Initially, you're like no, but it was back before they went quote unquote mainstream.
It's because
So it's like an up tempo punk pop version of Roxanne, and I really like it.
It's probably about as good as the Ghostbusters theme that they did.
No, it's better.
It's a low bar.
Okay. Pre-hiatus Fall Out Boy is good. New Fall Out Boy is kind of it's a hard pill to swallow for me personally. Am I boring you?
Hmm?
You're on your phone.
Yeah, I am a little bored.
I never even finished my Black Panther thing.
Yeah, talk about Black.
Because I say if I say something, you're like, oh, that reminds me of this other thing. So I'm gonna go off on this tangent by myself.
You're the one who wanted to go talk about anime.
Yeah, but then you started talking about Nirvana.
Why did I start talking about Nirvana?
Because I said Bleach, the anime, is getting a live action.
Oh
remake.
yeah, and Bleach is the best album.
Ex-
Yeah, there you go.
He lied. Anyway, so I've only heard from two people, out of everyone I've talked to, which is a lot of people about Black Panther, only two people have come back and said, it had a couple issues, but it was still a good movie. And Rotten Tomatoes has them at 97? Yeah, 97% fresh.
Yeah, but they gave Alien Covenant a 70.
Whenever you want to defend something and I disagree, let me go on Rotten Tomatoes. Fans and critics alike think that this movie is awesome.
No, I know it's awesome. I've heard
You're such
nothing.
a hypocrite.
I've heard nothing but good things about Black Panther.
So why are you going to try to take that away by bringing up freaking Alien Covenant again?
I just wanted to mention that.
You already did. Isn't once enough?
No, I will never let it go.
You should take a note from Elsa and just let it go. I want to kick you right now.
What's that list right there? Classic movies that have become hard to watch with age.
What? Why?
Kind of want to see it.
I don't. So we're done talking
I know
about
Citizen Kane's on that list.
Probably.
Citizen Kane's boring.
Rosebud.
They're like, oh, it's the greatest movie of all time. It's the greatest movie ever made. I'm like,
on.
this is boring. Even the film as art teacher is like, wow, he's like, yeah, this movie's boring and Chinatown is way better. Chinatown is way better. Chinatown's amazing.
When it comes to classic movies like that, I stick with stuff that I really like Hitchcock movies and the Universal Okay, so classic horror, not 80s or 70s slasher stuff.
Rear Window is
Oh,
the best.
so good.
Is the best Hitchcock movie.
So good. Wait. The best?
The best Hitchcock movie is Rear Window.
Better than Psycho.
Yes,
How?
because Psycho is good. I wrote a whole analysis on Psycho. I can dissect Psycho. Psycho is amazing, and it's an amazing movie.
Mm-hmm.
But
Goes without saying.
But Rear Window takes place in one setting. There is only one setting in Rear Window. There is only 2 or 3 characters in Rear Window.
Mm-hmm.
And you only see what Raymond Burr is doing across the apartment, and you only see it from the character's point of view. Hitchcock puts you inside the room with them. You are with them going, what is he doing? What's going on? What is this? And then you feel it. You feel this. You feel every second of suspense. You feel like you are with the characters, and you're trying to figure out what Raymond Burr is up to.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I respect it. I feel it's the best, and I respect it because of what Hitchcock did with one setting.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
One setting and a handful of characters.
That's fair, but I still think Psycho is
I found
the
Rear Window,
penultimate.
I just found Rear
Hitchcock
Window more
movie.
compelling because of that.
I mean, it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination,
No, it's not.
but I personally feel like Psycho is better. Gotta get that Hitchcock zoom, though.
Nah, Hitchcock zoom.
I still haven't been able to do that, good enough.
It's not hard.
I know it's not hard, and I've done it, but it just doesn't look good, because you have to, unless you
Just
have
looks
the
weird.
proper equipment with, a dolly,
Yeah.
if you're trying to do a Hitchcock zoom by hand, just don't even try.
I did
Just
one
give
by
up.
hand. Turned out great.
I want to see it.
No, it's bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
You're right there. You're losing your stuff.
Breast mic is what that was. The mic
Chest
fell on
mic?
it's a breast. My breast.
Your pecs.
My breast.
Sure. If you wanna call them that. But yeah, I mean, seriously, go. I can't even explain it. There's so much going on. It's such a huge commentary on not only American culture but world culture.
Mm-hmm.
And it's political, it's economical in some of its conversation topics. I mean, fantastic acting. Of course, there's a lot of CG effects because it's a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
But well fleshed out characters.
I mean,
It's stuck pretty close to the source material.
it sounds like standard good Marvel movie.
It's better.
But
It's that Marvel bar which
Yeah.
they reach and then they go up to the next level.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I really want to see it, but I want to see
It's-
Shape of Water more, probably.
You know what bums me out about the Oscars? Just as a side note with Shape of Water. They totally neglect blockbuster movies. So there's no way Black Panther is going to win an Oscar next year. There's no way I don't know, I can't even think of what's coming out this
Mad
year.
Max won an Oscar. That was a blockbuster.
Was it?
Yeah, Fury Road was a blockbuster. Pretty
Was
sure.
it? I don't
Pretty sure. I loved that movie.
I did too, and I don't even like Mad Max. I've tried to watch the old Mad Max.
The original
movies, and
Mad
they're
Max.
So
The first Mad Max is really boring.
yeah, that's all I can say.
I was like, wow, this is really boring.
Yeah, I agree. But Fury Road was freaking dope.
Yeah, man.
Love it. And I hope that dude does another one before he keels over, because he's old.
Yeah.
He's 80 something.
Yeah.
But those Aussies are
Yeah.
tough, man.
Yeah. I'm glad they didn't read the wrong name this time.
I still think La La Land should have won. That movie, so good. It's that final scene. is me. Like, I've done that a million times, or it's like, this is how my life could have been different.
I didn't see La La Land.
Yeah, you don't even like musicals, do you?
I love Grease.
Everybody likes Grease. That's why I don't like it.
I love Grease.
I've given up on Grease.
I can't help it. I love Grease. You seen Grease 2?
That's the funniest joke you've ever told.
It's even
on this
better.
show.
It's even better than the original.
No.
Grease 2 is not good.
You know what else is not good? Flippin' Dirty Dancing 2.
Dirty Dancing 1 isn't good.
I debate people when they say they like that movie, because I'm like, hey, that movie's about a pedophile.
Not even that. It's just.
And people are like, no, she was 18. Like, no, dude's rocking the cradle. Come on.
Not even that. I'm just still watching Dirty Dancing going.
So you're saying you have not had the time of your life watching Dirty Dancing?
No, I was bored. Most of my criticisms for movies. Jake, what did you think of the movie? I was bored.
I mean, it's very, it's very black and white for this guy, as you can probably tell.
Boring.
It's either he likes it or he doesn't. And surprisingly, 6 is like a decent review from him.
6 is mediocre. Mediocre.
Yeah.
Classic throwback to Fury Road. But what are your final thoughts on Black Panther without give me your rating of Black.
Oh my gosh, 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Like, just like amazing.
All right,
Like,
was
okay,
there?
like me and my sister, who I saw it with, like
Yeah.
we very different tastes. Like, she sometimes likes, like, there's like, like those, what is it, like the double bubble graph chart thingy, where it's like the two circles and like in the middle they kind of
Venn
cross over.
diagram?
Yeah, that one.
It's a Venn diagram.
That one. I'm not a math person.
It's not okay.
Where like like the two sides have their own individual things, and like in the middle, that tiny little portion, there's like that crossover.
Yes.
Like, that's where we meet.
Yeah.
She's like pop music and very bright colors, and I'm like metal, rock and roll, and everything black. And then here in the middle, it's like Black Panther, some of the music that I listen to, and like children's shows that we still watch, like Gravity Falls, which we watched together.
That's a good show.
Dude, I still need to show you my project that I did for Gravity Falls.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll show you after the podcast.
So is there anything else you want to touch on before we end the podcast?
Nah, just go see Black Panther while you still can. Like, I'm sure, like, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes for a fourth week in a row, or a fifth week in a row, because, this last weekend was 4 weeks, so this next one will be 5. I wouldn't be surprised if it's number 1.
People have been celebrating it at being at number 1 for so long by going to see it again.
I want to see it again.
I want to see it.
It's so good.
I felt very betrayed by my mother.
I mean, that's like the worst betrayal.
I know.
It's like, you birthed me, and now you're gonna stab me in the back.
And taking me to see this boring spy movie.
It's like J-Law is not even all that great an actress.
Her accent was not very good.
Proof and point.
She kept losing the accent. Like, she would lose it and then immediately get it back. And I was like, honey, Also, that's what really bothers me. What bothers me, okay. This is my last thought on the Red Sparrow, because I didn't think about this until just now. I hate in movies where they're set in a different country,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone's speaking English with an accent.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, because that's how you would talk to everyone if you lived in Russia. You would talk to everyone in English.
Like Winona Ryder's British accent, quote-unquote British accent in Dracula.
That's a good movie.
The Bram Stoker's Dracula?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
The one with Winona Ryder and Keanu.
But, both her accent and Keanu's accent, like...
You can't ask that much from Keanu. He's not very... I love him.
Don't go
I love
hating
him.
on Keanu.
I love Keanu.
Everyone should love Keanu.
You know I love that boy. But, I can't. I can't. And then they'll like speak Russian. Like someone will say something in Russian in the movie. Like, you should be speaking Russian.
Oh.
Like, just give
okay.
me subtitles. Like, just do it all with subtitles, like a foreign film.
What you just said reminded me of something else I really liked.
Like,
about,
granted,
about
yes,
Black
I should
Panther.
be using my suspension of disbelief, but it's hard because like, I can suspend it long enough if you don't put actual Russian and such into the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do, I'm like, why isn't everybody talking like that?
Yeah, that makes sense. That reminded me. Okay, so whoever the language or accent advisor for Black Panther was on this movie, killed it. Because I've heard from like the Daily Show, the dude who hosts it. It's like
Trevor Noah.
He said when I watch this
that
movie.
guy. I love that guy.
Yeah,
he's really funny.
Yeah, and they're being sarcastic.
No,
but what? I thought you didn't like that.
What, Trevor Noah?
Yeah,
I really no. He's funny.
I mean, I agree, but didn't you say like you stopped? Somebody, no, it wasn't you. Somebody told me they stopped watching it because of him. Like they prefer Jon Stewart,
no,
and I don't blame them. But
I started
anyway.
watching it more because of him.
Anyway,
like I barely watched it with Jon Stewart, and I watched it more when Trevor Noah came up.
That's interesting. Like legit interesting. Like I could keep talking about this, but I really want to get this point in. So the whole concept, you find out in like the first 5 minutes of this movie, is that the whole nation of Africa originated from Wakanda.
Yes.
And there are different tribes in Wakanda, and basically they all have different accents, which they don't talk about in the movie. They just do, and I guess like people from Africa can pick that up.
Yeah.
Because we haven't been exposed to that, we can't comprehend it. So Trevor was like, I love that this community of Wakandans have like this type of accent, which is kind of like say I don't even like a Kenyan accent. And then this other group has a different like accent to the way they talk, and it's just intricate, like little details like that. It's just awesome. That like a regular director would be like, oh, that's probably not an important detail. Where they took the time to train these actors. The main character is from freaking South Carolina, so like they taught him how to talk with an African accent in a very specific dialect that's different from like his enemies, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's little things like that I
That's
just
really cool. That's
love.
like Kubrick-esque is what that sounds like.
A little bit, yeah. But yeah, 9 out of 10 Black Panther. If you haven't seen it, please do yourself a favor. Go see this movie because everybody's seen it. Everybody's talking about it.
And just kind of skip over Red Sparrow.
Yeah, don't even waste your time. Who needs it?
It's like 2.5 hours, and I was like checking my phone the whole time to like see how much longer I had in there.
You would rather watch the clock than watch Red Sparrow?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else?
Nope. The lights have gone off
again, of course.
and
they're back on. Wow.
Well,
that's fascinating. Thank you, lights.
Well, that's all I have to say about that.
All right. Well, there is your first episode of The Back Row for 2018, and hopefully we will be back at it next month, because this 3-month
hiatus
of nothingness just it was
like a hiatus.
Awful. I hated it. I kept thinking I was jonesing. I was like, I need to talk about movies. I was like begging strangers, like, hey, you want to talk about movies?
Hey man, hey,
you see Black Panther yet?
Hey man,
no,
hey,
okay, never mind.
Hey man, hey,
you got my fix for that movie talk.
Man, you see that new movie that came out? You want to talk to me about it? What do you think? Come on, man.
You know he saw it, right? Just you want to see it right now? Let's go see it. I will pay you to watch this movie with me.
I'll pay for your ticket and you.
I will pay for your company.
I'll pay for your company and your ticket. How about that?
Sir, that's illegal.
No, it's not.
It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be. You don't have to tell anybody. Not that kind of company. I just want to talk. All right. I think that's all.
That's great. Back from the dead.
All right. Thank you for tuning in.
Gracias.
This has been The Back Row with Jacob.
And DJ.
And goodbye.
Hasta luego, amigos.